Are you thinking of going to Gen Con? Welcome to Travel the Board. This will be your guide to help you prepare for the best 4 days in gaming. So what is Gen Con? Gen Con is the largest gaming convention in North America, with attendance north of 70,000 in 2023. That's more than the average attendance of an NFL game. To say it's massive doesn't begin to capture the scope of it. The fun stretches well beyond the over 500,000 square foot convention center, with events taking place in the surrounding streets, Union Station, 7 different hotels, and Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Indianapolis Colts. Some awesome fans on the Gen Con Discord mapped all of that, and it gives Gen Con a larger footprint than Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney World and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios combined. Are we starting to grasp the scale here? At Gen Con, there's something for everybody. Spend your day shopping and demoing games in the exhibit hall with over 500 vendors and booths to visit. Or choose from any of the 22,000 events ranging from board games, RPGs, card games, to seminars and workshops. At the end of this video, I'm gonna give you my recommendations for those can't miss events. Planning for Gen Con can be a huge task. Some people spend all year doing it. But even if you decide you want to go last minute, there are still plenty of ways for you to have fun. First off, what is Gen Con? Let's talk about the convention as a whole and set some expectations. Then, we need to talk about preparing for the convention both in the long term and if you're planning on going last minute. Then we'll move on to final preparations, planning and packing for the convention. And then lastly, I want to give you my personal tips and recommendations for having the best con possible. Let's get into it. Everything starts with buying your badge. This will get you access to the convention. They sell badges for individual days, or you can buy a 4-day badge and it'll get you access to the whole weekend. Badge registration begins in February. Everything you need to do and purchase will be on Gen Con's website. And for those of you who wait to buy your badges in the weeks leading up to the convention, you run the risk of Saturday and 4-day badges selling out. So you need to make your decisions as soon as you can. Once you buy your badge, your name will be entered into the Hotel Portal Lottery. When hotel registration opens in late February, your name will have been drawn and you will have been given a specific time that the hotel portal will open for you to reserve your hotel. Again, everything is done through Gen Con's website. Gen Con is partnered with hotels all over the city to set aside a certain number of rooms just for Gen Con attendees. These rooms go fast, so this is a great perk for those of you who planned ahead. Finding housing last minute can be difficult. You may have to book outside of the city and make the short drive in every day. You also might be able to find someone willing to do room share to ease the financial burden. I recommend joining the Gen Con Discord channel or going to Fans of Gen Con on Facebook. You can find people who might can help. Alright, so you've got your badge and you've booked your hotel. Now it's time for the event catalog to come out and you get to sort through over 22,000 events. And you gotta figure out exactly what you wanna do. It's gonna be so overwhelming at first, but don't worry, Gen Con's filtering system, it's actually pretty good. Plus, you're gonna have tons of time to decide. The way it works is, you will add all of your events to your wish list, and then you will rank them in order of importance to you. When event registration opens in May, you will immediately be added to a queue. When it comes your turn, your events that are not sold out and still available will get added to your cart. You have to be present at that time to complete your purchase. If you're not, then your events will eventually be added back to the pool for others. Events will continue to be added all the way up to the convention. There's an awesome fan-made website called Gen Con Events DB that will update multiple times a day, letting you know exactly what events have been added. For those of you who wait to buy event tickets, yes, many of them are going to be sold out. But with so many events available, you cannot tell me that you can't find something to do. It is impossible. For those of you who wait to buy event tickets at the convention, you need to purchase the tickets at least 2 hours before the start time of your event. You can then proceed to the will call line to pick up any paper tickets for that event. You can also purchase what are called generic tickets. They have a $2 value each and can be cashed in at any event at the start time as long as there is availability for this event. Just cash in the appropriate number of generic tickets for the cost of the event. Alright, now let's get to what you actually need to know. Let's start with your planning. First off, you need to have your badges on hand at all times. Security will be checking these at the doors. They won't ask you for them unless they don't see them, but they are watching every time someone enters the exhibit hall. Also, when you arrive at your events, you must have your tickets in hand if they're paper or pulled up on your phone if they're electronic to be allowed to be in that event. They will be checking these and they will turn you away. If you planned ahead, you had the option to have both your badge and your paper tickets shipped to you ahead of time. If you plan on picking these up at the convention, then you will have to go to will call to get them. The line for will call will get long. The time you wait will vary throughout the day, but the average tends to be between 30 to 45 minutes. If it was me, I would go ahead and plan to be there for at least an hour, maybe longer, and if you finish ahead of time, great, you get to go do something else. Next, you need to make sure you've downloaded the GenCon app to your phone. When looking at events to sign up for, they will have the ticket type listed. If it is paper, you get it from will call. If it's electronic, it will be on your app. Quick question, how do y'all feel about the electronic versus paper ticket system? Would you prefer if they went back to full paper, if it was full electronic, or if we had the option to pick what we wanted to do? Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the ticketing system. The app is even helpful beyond having your electronic tickets on there. You can also search through all of the available events and directly purchase them and get your tickets on the app. There's also a map of the convention center and the exhibitor hall so that you can locate where certain events are at, and you can even find vendors in the exhibit hall through that map. Now it's time that we talk food. Your entire day will be thrown off if you do not properly plan when you're going to eat and where you're going to eat. While I will always recommend bringing some easy to eat snacks in your bag with you to the convention, there are tons of places to eat nearby or at the convention so that you don't have to worry about having options. It's just a matter of timing. Your primary options are going to be the block party as well as the line of food trucks on South Street located in between the convention center and Lucas Oil Stadium. There will be plenty of variety in the food trucks. They have a rotating cast of food trucks that some come in the morning, some come in the evening, while some stay all day. You can find a full list of what trucks are here at what time on the GenCon website. I usually set aside at least an hour for my meal times, sometimes more, because then I can sit down, relax, and I don't have to feel rushed while I'm eating. You probably are still gonna have a wait, but at least it's air conditioned. The lines at both the food trucks and at the block party can get extensive depending on time of day. So if you're not wanting to wait there, then you can go inside where there are also concession stands. At the block party, there are also GenCon staples such as hot box pizza and island noodles. All right now, so planning ahead for your parking situation could save you time, money, and the potential anxiety of having to deal with it. Just like everything else, these will go fast. Around May, the company Gate 10 will open their online sales for parking passes for the convention. If you're still having problems, then I will recommend you to return to the Discord channel or to the fans of GenCon Facebook. There are a ton of locals in there to Indianapolis who can give you some tips and advice on how to find good parking in the area. I personally have never had one problem finding parking or figuring out my situation. They even offer free shuttling from their parking areas to the convention center. However, they still have parking passes available at the convention. It's on a first come, first served basis. What I do when I don't have a parking pass ahead of time is I get there really early Thursday morning before the convention starts and no one has really arrived yet or just a few people have. And I'm one of the first ones there, and I get a parking pass, and I'm good for the weekend. In the past, I've gotten one, and it's extremely convenient. It's nice to have had one ahead of time. Don't stress, it'll be okay. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. I wrote this down. I have notes. I didn't want to forget these. Okay, real quick, all right, so drink water and wear comfortable shoes. Important. I'm sorry, but we should know this. I don't need to put this in the video. You should know this. It's August. It's hot. You're going to be walking. These glasses don't even have lenses. I'm sorry. Okay, now let's quickly talk about what you're going to plan to pack for the convention. Outside of your basics, go ahead and think I need to wear comfortable clothing. You don't want a day ruined because you're uncomfortable or you get too hot and you're sweaty. So just be sure that you're comfortable for the day. It's going to be long, exhaustive, hot days. Just plan for that. As for what to bring with you to the convention center each day, I recommend a small, comfortable travel backpack. Something with a lock on it is always nice for security so that you don't have to worry. Some of them even have a security pouch that goes on your back instead of on the front. That can be helpful as well. If you're worried about putting your money there or not wanting to carry it around in case you drop it or your phone, whatever, just have some sort of security on your bag is always nice. I only bring a few simple items in my bag to the convention center each day. I bring maybe some easy snacks. I bring sunscreen. It is August in Indianapolis. A power bank for my phone and for my recording equipment for, what I'm doing. On that note, I also have to bring my recording equipment, but I doubt you will have to do that. So you bring it for your phone. But a power bank is nice to have. The cord, of course, don't forget the cord. I plan for weather ahead of time, so I usually bring a small umbrella with me as well. It's just nice to have. Nobody wants to get caught in the rain. A pill caddy. Something to have my daily medication in, just easy things for me to have right on hand so I don't forget. A water bottle, always nice to have. I got a nice gencon bottle. Whatever suits you, bring it with you. Just be sure that you can carry it easily. It could clip onto your bag or go in your bag. You just don't want something you have to have in your hand all day long. If you like pina coladas, I'm sorry. Also, obviously, wallet and keys. I have a normal size, bifold wallet that I carry every day, but I have this travel wallet because when I go to the convention, the only thing I bring with me are whatever debit credit cards I want, my ID, and a little bit of cash. So this size wallet is all I really need, and I don't have to lug around my big chunky wallet all day. Each of us have different needs, so just tailor what you bring to yourself. I'm not going to tell you everything in your life because you know yourself. If you're diabetic, you're probably going to need to bring some supplies with you. Some people have allergies or migraines and they need to bring some extra over-the-counter medication with them. Or just something as simple as headphones. Putting your headphones in and walking around the exhibitor hall is awesome to do. You just put them in and jam and it's dope. I love it. I do it every year. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Corey, that small bag isn't big enough to put games inside. What do I do? Well, my bag is plenty big enough to fit small games, t-shirts, dice, accessories, anything like that I might want to buy goes directly in the bag, and honestly, I usually leave every day with it full. As for the bigger games, what you're worried about, almost every vendor there that sells the larger games also gives them to you in a nice tote bag. I have never found these tote bags to be a burden. I can usually fit anywhere from 3 to 5 games, depending on the size, into one tote bag. On my worst day, I'll leave with 2 full tote bags. And yes, you have to lug them around all day. But also, just plan your buying better. Get the ones that are going to go fast. Look ahead to some places who are letting you know, other videos, this game's going to go fast. This is a hot game. Go get the 2 games that are hot sellers, carry those 2 games around all day, and then right before the exhibit hall closes, go buy the games that aren't going to sell out. That way you don't have to lug them around all day. It's not that hard. I promise, I've done it for years. Year 1, I rushed to every single vendor and I got every single game, and then I carried these things around all day long and it was horrible. Just plan your buying better. Know what you want to get when you get there, and then if you decide ooh, I'm at this booth, I demoed this game, this is cool, I want to buy it. If it's something that's going to be a burden to to lug around with you all day, ask the person who you demoed it with. Ask the worker at that booth, is this game going to sell out? Is this a hot game right now, or can I come back later and get it and not have to worry? If they say it's a hot game, how bad do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to lug it around? You got to make that decision. If they say no, we got plenty, don't worry about it, come back later. It's okay. And if you miss out on a game, this is going to be hard for some of you to swallow, I know, but it's okay. They're going to make more of it. That game will be available on Amazon or at your local game store in 2 months or 2 weeks. I promise you'll be okay. You don't need these giant bags. Okay, now I'm talking directly to each of you who feel the need to have a giant bag that you must have to make it easier to carry your 20 large games you plan on buying. All of us know about these large board game backpacks. They're awesome. You throw them on here and you can lug around your games all day long, right? That's wonderful for going to game nights, for transporting games wherever you need to take them. At a convention center, that's not the place for them. These things are heavily frowned upon at Gen Con, and I do not recommend them myself. Every single year I've been to Gen Con, people wear these, and everyone hates them for it. They take up too much space in the aisles, it's crowded, you can't get through, you're constantly bumping into each other, and I cannot tell you the number of times during the convention that I'll be standing there, and the guy beside me will go, whack! And I get smacked with one of these big bags. And you want to just yell at him, but you're like, it was an accident, but you also just shouldn't have brought that bag. So please, I'm begging you, I'm asking you, please, don't bring these bags. You don't need it. It'll be okay. I promise it'll be okay. You don't need it. Hold on a second. I want to invite you guys to subscribe and like this video. Ring the notification bell as I upload and vlog every single day during Gen Con, and I want y'all to come right alongside me and enjoy the fun. If you see me at the convention, come up and say hello and we'll get you in the vlog. Let's get back to the video. Alright, let's get to the good stuff. Let's start with those can't miss events. The one that kicks off the whole convention for me. 10 a.m. Thursday morning is when the exhibitor hall opens. And right when that happens, every door to that hall is surrounded by thousands of people. Thousands of them are lined up ready to get in there. This is called the running of the nerds. They give a speech, and we all know it if you've been there before. Walk, don't run, or they will take your badge and that will make you sad. As soon as those doors open, everyone speed walks, because we're not allowed to run, directly into that hall. And watching thousands of people flood into this place is just an experience that I've never seen before. It's so enjoyable. I don't even join the running of the nerds because I like to be up above it on the balcony so that I can watch the thing. It's so cool. It's something that I'll never miss. If I go to Gen Con and I miss the running of the nerds, I will be so sad because it is such an epic thing to see. And if you're the type of person who wants to be a part of it, by all means, get down there in that crowd and hoop and holler and just make it fun and just let's go! Have your Spartan moment where you just kick it in and say, we're going, boys! Like, it's so much fun. The energy is high, everyone's excited, and Gen Con has begun. The moment those doors open, it's here. Do not miss the running of the nerds. 10 a.m. Thursday morning, Gen Con begins. Okay, so up next is probably my favorite event of the entire weekend. So Sunday, Gen Con is still happening, but the con is starting to slow down. A lot of people leave on Sunday and don't even go to the convention on Sunday because it's a half day for the exhibitor hall. There's less events. The whole day is just chill, and a lot of the exhibitors don't even come and set up their booths that day. I usually spend Sunday, if we stay, playing games. That's the perfect time to play games, join an RPG session, something like that. But because Sunday is viewed in this light, a lot of people view Saturday night as the ending of Gen Con. So Saturday night at Gen Con is the party. The dance, whatever you want to call it, it's a party, baby. They got a DJ, it's in Union Station, they got the lights, they got the music, everyone's dancing. It is one of the funnest days of the year for me. And one of the reasons it's so great is that we're all nerds. None of us are out here slaying on that dance floor. Now, don't get me wrong, some people can. So I should take that back, some people can. But most people aren't. But no one cares. We're just there to have fun. This is such an inclusive community that no one cares whatsoever. We just go out there and dance and break loose and everyone's smiling and some of us, yes, are drinking. Keep that in mind, there is alcohol there. But like, you just let loose. And like you're partying. Gen Con, we just had a great weekend. Let's end it strong. Let's just have some fun. The party is something that I'll never miss. I will be 60 years old going to my 30 whatever-th Gen Con, and I'll be out on that dance floor 63 breaking my hip. Let's go. The party is so fun. I hope to see you there because I want everyone there. The bigger, the better. I want everyone to come to the party. Now this next one, you would have to arrive late to the party to go to. Even though I love the party so much, this is worth being about 45 minutes late for the party and it'll be okay. Card Holla. Card Holla is an event that takes place the entire weekend. You will see at the main entrance to the convention center cards, Magic the Gathering cards, Pokemon cards, normal playing cards, whatever cards, all basic, not worth anything cards to every game you can possibly think of, primarily Magic, however, the commons. People are building stuff with them. They're building houses, they're building pyramids, they're building towers, they're spelling out Gen Con with the cards, and they're just making this awesome structure of cards in the entire front entrance of the convention center. And to go there every single day and just walk by and see what these people have made and watch it grow and grow and grow and see what ideas they have came to life. Each year it's a little bit different. It's so cool. Well, on Saturday night, about the same time the party starts, like 8, 9 p.m., everyone gathers at this spot. People are up on the balcony. People are surrounding it. There are so many people. And what they're gonna do is destroy that thing. And it's super cool. What they do is they auction off for charity who gets to throw the first thing at it. What it is you throw coins at it. You throw money, you throw quarters, pennies, dimes, whatever, and you are behind a line. You can't cross the line and go into the cards, but you just chuck your coins and your money in there and you're trying to knock it over, and everyone's trying to knock over the big towers, and the moment someone, like, people will shotgun it. They'll get a handful of quarters and just launch it in there. Every time one of those big towers starts to fall and it's leaning, we're all over here like, and the moment it goes down, just eruption. An eruption takes place in the crowd, and it's so much fun. It's so cool to watch. And usually what happens is they split the room into two, and they get a kid from each side to be the nominee to throw the first coin. What they do is they auction off who gets to throw the first coin, and what it is literally they're auctioning on each side financial money. People are throwing dollar bills and hundreds and 20s off the balcony, and it's floating down, and people are throwing money into it. And they just take up all the money, and whichever kid got the most money gets to throw the first coin. The other kid gets to throw the second coin, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose, and everybody's throwing coins. It's great, and all of the money goes to charity. They don't keep a penny of it. Every bit of it goes to charity. It's a fantastic event. It's a must-see. You have to go to Card Holla. Okay, the final must-see event for me is the costume parade. They hold a costume contest on Saturday during Gen Con. Well, leading up to that contest, all these cosplayers and people in costume, they gotta get to that contest, right? So what they do is they line them up on one side of the convention center, and they do a parade through the convention center all the way to the ballroom where they're gonna be having the contest. And so many people dress up on Saturday, so many cosplayers, so many people having a good time. And honestly, to participate, you don't even have to worry about the level of your costume. There are people that will get in this costume parade just wearing a Michael Myers mask or something, or a Boba Fett helmet, and they'll just go, or somebody will wear a Spider-Man suit. But then you've got these cosplayers that spent time and money and effort, and their costumes look incredible, and it's fantastic. And people just line up down the hall just to watch these people walk. And it's always cool to see the little factions and cliques, because you like have all the Star Wars people together, all the Mario people together. Some people will come up with the most ridiculous costumes you've ever seen. The best one I've seen in my years is someone dressed up as King Arthur and Patsy from Monty Python's Holy Grail, and they were walking around with their coconuts and they were riding their invisible horses. It was an absolutely incredible costume, and just so many things. I've seen costumes that blow my mind during this parade. It happens about 3:30 on Saturday, so find your spot, view this costume parade, and just say that every single cosplayer you see looks fantastic, because they do. They worked on it, and they look awesome. All right, let's cap this video off with my personal tips to have a great Gen Con. For starters, if you can afford it, if your work will allow it, if your travel will allow it, I recommend always getting there by Wednesday at the latest. Gen Con technically starts Thursday morning. A lot of people even get there on Tuesday, so they have a rest day from their travels, the ones who travel long ways, cross the country, other countries coming in, whatever it is for you that works best. If you can afford to get there earlier, I recommend it. I always leave Wednesday morning. I live about 6 hours from Indianapolis. I drive in, we get to our hotel, we check in, we go to the convention center. Most of the time we go to will call, because this is the perfect time to get there. But this year, I don't have to do that, because thankfully I got my stuff ahead of time. But this is the perfect time to go to will call, is get there on Wednesday and just get it out of the way. Also, if you get there on Wednesday at Union Station, you can head over there, and there's an event that's called The Stink. This is where everyone gathers before the Gen Con. You meet people, you play games, you hang out. It's just kind of a nice pre-party to just get into Gen Con and say, yo, we're starting early. I think it's so enjoyable just to have something that we all look forward to kind of kick things off as soon as we get there on Wednesday, and just hang out. So I would always check out The Stink, get there early, go to will call. You'll save yourself a lot of time, headache, and you'll have fun. Next up, and this might be the most important advice you get for this entire video. Talk to people. I know a lot of gamers tend to be introverts. I know a lot of people in general are introverts, and that's okay. But this is the one time a year I would recommend coming out of your shell a little bit. Because a lot of times with people who don't like to talk to people, it's because of awkwardness or worry or fear of what to talk about or things like that. However, here at Gen Con, we're all here for a common cause. Here's your starter for anyone you want to talk to. You're in line waiting for something. There's a person in front of you. There's a person behind you. You can talk to those people and you just say, hey, what game have you picked up? Hey, you enjoying the con? What's been the best part so far? What are you looking forward to? You can have conversations for hours based around just these questions because we're all here for the same reason. We're all having a great time. And you will meet so many incredible people. And plus, in a place like this with the people who are going to be there, it's such an inclusive community. Everyone is awesome. You're going to end up making friends that you didn't realize you were going to make. Just talking to people will literally make the convention so much better for you. And you can end up making friends that could be there for years to come. There's people that literally go to Gen Con to see their Gen Con friends that they've met at previous Gen Cons, and they only get to see them at Gen Con. So please, you don't have to. Of course, do what's comfortable for you. I want everyone to feel safe and good and have a good time at Gen Con. But I personally recommend branch out. Talk to this awesome community and let's just enjoy this together. Like, I want to have fun, but I want to have fun with you if you'll let me. Like, come find me. If you guys see me doing my vlog series at Gen Con, please run up to me, arms waving in the air and say, hey, I've seen your videos. What up? I will freak out like a little girl because someone saw my videos and we'll have a great time. It'll be fantastic. I will be your best friend. So come talk to me and talk to others. Let's have a fun Gen Con. All right, so this is different for everybody, but when is the best time to do your shopping at Gen Con? Saturday is by far the biggest day of Gen Con. It's when all the craziness is happening, the party, card holla, the costume contest. There's so many things happening on Saturday. I don't want to have to worry about shopping on Saturday. So I get all of my shopping done on Thursday and Friday. And like I said earlier in the video, I get the hot games that I may not be able to get later as soon as the exhibit hall opens. And then the ones that can wait, I get right before the exhibit hall closes. This is the best way to do it so you're carrying around as least as possible. You get all your shopping done on Thursday and Friday, and Saturday, you don't even have to worry about it. I usually pick up maybe one or two things on Saturday because I'll go in the exhibit hall and walk around. And I'm like, oh, I didn't see that yet because the exhibit hall's huge and you probably missed something. And I'll pick up a couple items, no big deal. Or I might come get that thing that I missed on Friday or I forgot about. And I'll just pick up something, but it's no big deal because I'm not actually shopping. I'm just picking up something for whatever, right? Or I'm just enjoying myself. I usually like to split my shopping between Thursday and Friday as well so that I'm not lugging everything around. I'll just pick up half my stuff on Thursday and half my stuff on Friday, and as I'm shopping, I'll just plan on it. Like I said, if you know a game isn't going to sell out and like the people there tell you it's unlikely, I don't even get it on Thursday. I go, cool, I'll get it tomorrow. Sounds great. That's what I recommend. Open up your Saturday. It's the funnest day of Gen Con. Don't have to worry about shopping on Saturday. This next tip is a little hard for some of you to swallow. Even some of you Gen Con vets that's been going for years. It'll be okay. Pace yourself. Slow down. It's all right. Gen Con's not going anywhere. We're good. The exhibit hall is huge. You don't have to high step your way and run through the aisles to get every single game. You don't have to elbow and fight people to get that exclusive. It'll be all right. Just enjoy yourself. Walk. On top of that, pace yourself with events. When I did my first year of Gen Con, my schedule, I couldn't find a bathroom break, let alone time to eat. My first year of Gen Con, I was like, surely I can get from this side of the convention center to this hotel 4 blocks away in 5 minutes. I'll run, it's fine. That was my schedule year one. I don't recommend it. Get a healthy amount of events. Find space for eating, find space for the exhibit hall, and find space to breathe. Because I promise you will enjoy yourself more, and the smaller amount of events you do compared to you're going a million miles an hour, you will get to enjoy more because you're able to focus on it and spend time with it and cherish it. So pace yourself at Gen Con. We're all there to have a good time. All right, for those of you that want to do cosplay, I totally understand. I have cosplayed many times at Gen Con. It's so much fun. I can promise you that people are going to come up to you and tell you how awesome your costume is. Even if it's not, because we're all great and kind people. But still, it feels good because you're like, yeah, I put this together and I look sick. So like, you're going to get praise and it's going to feel awesome. and people are gonna come up to you and they might wanna take a picture with you, and your heart will just soar, and you'd be like, yes, please, get in here. And like that happened to me so many times every time I cosplayed, and it just sent me over the moon every time. Cosplaying became one of my favorite things to do at Gen Con because it drew people to me. People would see my costume and they'd be like, oh, that's from one of my favorite shows. Oh, that's from a cool anime. Oh, I love this thing. Or like they would just see it and not even know who it was and be like, whoa, you look awesome. And like, that's great. And like I get to start talking to people and like they're giving me praise, and who doesn't like to get praise? That's awesome. And every single time someone wanted to take a picture with me, that was like the best moment for me. So same thing, if you're watching this video and you want to come hang out with me, say what up, get a picture, maybe be in the vlog yourself, I promise I will be so happy. So cosplaying is awesome and I recommend you do it. You don't have to. I understand some people aren't comfortable, but if you are considering it, the answer is yes. Now, when should you cosplay? Gen Con, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is usually when your times you're going to want to do things, right? If you're wanting to cosplay once, I recommend doing it on Saturday because that's when the costume contest is. That's when the parade is. You get to be involved in all of that. And so many other people are going to be dressing up on that day that you get to be part of the team. So if you're doing it once, I recommend Saturday. If you want to do it twice, I recommend Friday and Saturday because Thursday is your kickoff. I think you should definitely have one day where you don't cosplay because you want to take time to enjoy the convention and not have to worry about, oh, my wig, oh, my sword, oh, my thing, and constantly have to worry about keeping track of your costume instead of enjoying yourself. So I recommend at least taking one day to breathe, and the reason I say do it Thursday is because that's kickoff day. Run and enjoy yourself. Do the things, do this, do that, do this. And then on Friday and Saturday, you can just walk around and look amazing. That's what I recommend doing. Do what works best for you. But in my experience of doing this for many years, that's what I would do every time. Next tip, go to the block party. It is located in between the Lucas Oil Stadium and the Convention Center on South Street where the food trucks are. They are right beside it. At the block party, you're going to find all your staples like Island Noodles and Hot Box Pizza. And if you know, you know, at Hot Box Pizza, we all got to get that Hot Box cup with those walking sticks. I've seen people who have those Hot Box cups stacked as tall as the ceiling. It's incredible. We've got to get that cup, right? So go to Hot Box Pizza. If you don't know what I'm talking about, ask them about the cup, get the cup. Island Noodles, delicious doesn't begin to describe it. It's amazing. And you get to sit and watch them cook it in front of you. It's fantastic. They've also got Wild Bill's there as far as the, you get to buy the refillable soda cup and you get to try all the wild flavors of soda. It's awesome. So if you enjoy like just different flavored soda and you just want to have the awesome mug as well, then go to Wild Bill's. And then finally, at least for me, one of the best parts, Gen Con works with a local brewery. Every year they have a convention beer that they sell right there in the middle of the block party. And I keep one can from every year, and every year I've not been disappointed. The beer that they make is fantastic. If you do drink alcohol, that's the beer to drink. It's not very expensive in my opinion. I would literally spend so much time out there just doing that if I didn't want to spend so much time at the convention center because it's so much fun. So check out the block party, eat the food, drink the beer, talk to the people. We all get spam emails and we hate it. It's awful. You gotta delete it. You gotta clear your spam folder. It sucks, right? We all get those emails that we go, oh my God, I'm tired of getting these. I have never not been happy to get a Gen Con email. If I get a Gen Con email in December, I am checking my phone immediately because I am so excited for Gen Con to come the following year. The reason the newsletter is so important is that they will send you updates every time there is something you need to know. And it's always important in my opinion, or something that is at least cool. So like for example, all of these registrations I'm talking about for events, for housing, for badges, they send you reminders well ahead of time. They tell you the date of when this stuff is happening. They send explanations of how to use the housing portal and how to do this and how to do that. How to make sure you get your UPS packages delivered if you have them, your badges and stuff delivered to your house. They give you every piece of information you need to be prepared to attend. Now, they don't give you all the details like I've given you in this video. That's the whole reason I'm making the video. But the base idea of, I would like to attend Gen Con. I would like to be allowed in the building and I would like to do things. I would like to have a hotel to sleep in. They get you there. They give you dates, everything you need. They also give you information on things like gate 10 for parking, things like that, while also just giving you things to look forward to. So there's the GenCon program that comes every year. They always commission an artist to do the cover. They let you vote on that. They send it out to you ahead of time and say, yo, look at this amazing art that's gonna be on the convention catalog. And you're like, all right, that's super cool. Yes, that's awesome. And then you can like get that art. You can frame it in your house if you want to. It's so cool. And so just the little piece of information they give you throughout the year, I find it invaluable. And they're nice little reminders to make sure you're not screwing things up and you're not having to go and search on GenCon's website constantly to be like, what forum, tell me when is thing, that's from 3 years ago, when is thing this year, this isn't helping me. They send it to you in the newsletter. It's awesome, it's easy, I love getting them, I check them every time. Just sign up, I promise. You can always unsign up. You can always unsubscribe from it if you don't want them anymore. Give it a try and I doubt you'll regret it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you now feel prepared. With the convention right around the corner, I'm starting to get extremely excited. I hope to see you guys at GenCon. Bye-bye.